Good morning. So, in this video, I will talk about vigilantism at the Sibolga Grand Mosque. This presentation will be in 5 points. The first one is case background. Second is explaining the relevant law. Third is evaluation of case handling. Fourth is social implication. And the last is conclusion. But before we get into the case, let me introduce myself. My name is Suliano Hidayatullah from Class C, Jenderal Sudirman University. My standard number is E1A025313. My course instructor is Mr. Mustahifat Habib Karyadi SPD MPD and Miss Nisa Royasa SPD MSol. Okay, let's move to the first point, which is the background of the case. Arjuna, the victim, was a traveler who very tired and went into a big mosque to rest. A group of men got angry because they didn't want him sleeping there. Instead of asking him nicely to leave or calling the police, they hurt him very badly. Because they were so violent, Arjuna passed away the next day. Second point is the relevant law. The suspects are being processed under the Indonesian Penal Code or KUHP, specifically Article 170 Paragraph 3, Article 338 KUHP, Article 365 Paragraph 3. Third point is case handling. The police in Sibolga did a great job. They used CCTV cameras to see exactly who the men were and caught them very quickly in just a few days. Fourth point is social implication. Why this case is matter to everyone? Because safe place. Mosque and churches supposed to be safe place where people are kind. This even made people feel scared. And the last point is conclusion. The beating of Arjuna Tamaraya is a clear-cut criminal act of unwarranted vigilantism. The authorities have handled the initial phase correctly by moving swiftly and applying several criminal charges. However, the outcome of the trial must reflect the brutality of the act to serve as a deterrent. Religious instances must also re-evaluate their openness and security to ensure that misunderstanding over house rules never again escalate into a loss of life. Thank you very much for your attention. That's all from me, and I hope this case will be a lesson for all of us.
Dan dari semua fakta itu, kasus ini nggak cuma soal hilangnya nyawa seorang pemuda, tapi juga hilangnya rasa kemanusiaan yang harusnya tumbuh di dalam hati setiap orang. Kelima pelaku yang memukul sampai merenggut nyawa nggak cuma kejam, tapi juga memalukan. Di tempat yang harusnya jadi ruang tenang untuk berdoa, mereka malah menjadikannya tempat pelampiasan amarah. Lebih parah lagi, mereka bukan penjaga keamanan, tapi berlagak seperti wakil Tuhan. Yang mereka lakukan bukan membela kebaikan, tapi menghancurkan kemanusiaan. Kasus ini menjadi pengingat keras akan pentingnya rasa kemanusiaan dan empati, terutama di tempat suci yang seharusnya menjadi ruang aman bagi siapapun. Ingat, rumah ibadah itu tempat berdoa, bukan tempat melampiaskan amarah. Jangan sampai tangan yang harusnya menengadah justru mengayun kebencian ke sesama saudara.